Have you ever stopped to wonder why, when you were younger, a small cut or scrape healed almost overnight, but after your 50s, that same minor injury can take weeks to recover? Or why your skin no longer seems to bounce back? Your joints feel stiffer in the morning, and your body simply needs more time to regain energy, even though you haven't dramatically changed your lifestyle. Most people shrug and say, well, that's just aging. That's what happens when you get older. But as a physician who has spent more than 30 years working with adults over 50, I want to tell you something important. Aging itself is not the root cause. The quiet breakdown of collagen is. Collagen is not a cosmetic concept. It's not just about smooth skin or fewer wrinkles, despite what advertisements suggest. Collagen is the structural framework of your entire body. It's what keeps your skin resilient, your blood vessels flexible, your joints moving smoothly, and even your gut, liver, and internal organs functioning with integrity. In fact, nearly 30% of all the protein in your body is collagen. When collagen weakens, everything slows down. I remember a patient of mine, a 62-year-old man, once very active, loved his morning walks. Over just a few years, his knees began to ache. His skin bruised easily, and he told me something I'll never forget. "Doctor, I'm not afraid of getting older. I'm afraid of becoming fragile." That word, fragile, captures exactly what happens when collagen declines. When you're younger, your body is constantly building and repairing collagen. But after 40, and especially after 50, that process slows. Not just because of age, but because of silent forces working against you every single day. Blood sugar spikes, low-grade chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, fatty liver, hormonal imbalances, deficiencies in key nutrients like vitamin C, zinc, copper, and glycine. Let me ask you to imagine something. Think of your body like a building. Collagen is the steel framework inside. You can repaint the walls, replace the curtains, apply the most expensive cosmetics. But if the steel framework inside is corroding, the building becomes weaker, no matter how good it looks on the surface. Too many people focus on appearances while the foundation quietly deteriorates. And what troubles me most, after decades in medicine, is this. Much of this collagen loss is not inevitable. It can be slowed, and in some cases partially reversed, when we support the body's biology correctly. Not with creams applied to the skin, not by swallowing collagen powder and hoping for a miracle, but by supporting the cells that actually make collagen, the fibroblasts, from the inside out. To build collagen, your body needs energy from healthy mitochondria, balanced hormones, low inflammation, a healthy gut to send regeneration signals, and the right raw materials delivered at the right time. Miss even one of these, and collagen production falters. What's produced becomes weaker, thinner, and easier to break down. Here's a perspective modern medicine is finally returning to. Food is not just fuel, it's biological information. There are small, humble foods, often overlooked, that carry the amino acids, minerals, healthy fats, and plant compounds needed to reactivate your body's natural collagen-building machinery. In this video, I'm going to talk about those seeds, not as a beauty trick, but as tools that work at the root of aging itself. If you're in your 50s, 60s, or 70s, if you've noticed slower recovery, thinner skin, stiffer joints, or you simply want to preserve strength and resilience for the years ahead, I invite you to stay with me. Because aging is not loss. It only becomes loss when we stop rebuilding the foundation within. And today, we begin rebuilding that foundation, step by step, naturally, guided by the true biology of the human body. Now that we've talked about why collagen matters, let's slow down and look at what actually determines whether your body can rebuild it or not. Because here's the truth most people never hear. Collagen loss is not caused by one single problem. It's the result of multiple systems quietly drifting out of alignment. Let me start with something deceptively simple: hydration. Many of my patients tell me, "Doctor, I drink plenty of water." But when we look closer, what we often find is cellular dehydration, not a lack of water in the glass. Collagen fibers behave very much like a sponge. When they're properly hydrated, they're flexible, resilient, and strong. When tissues are chronically dehydrated, which is extremely common after age 50, those fibers dry out, stiffen, and become brittle. I've seen patients taking collagen supplements religiously, yet their joints remain stiff, their skin fragile. Why? Because without hydration at the cellular level, collagen cannot function, no matter how much protein you consume. And dehydration rarely comes alone. It usually travels with something far more damaging: chronic, low-grade inflammation. This is not the inflammation you feel when you cut your finger. This is the silent kind, simmering in the background. Now that we've talked about why collagen matters, let's slow down and look at what actually determines whether your body can rebuild it or not. Because here's the truth most people never hear. Collagen loss is not caused by one single problem. It's the result of multiple systems quietly drifting out of alignment. Let me start with something deceptively simple: hydration. Many of my patients tell me, "Doctor, I drink plenty of water." But when we look closer, what we often find is cellular dehydration, not a lack of water in the glass. Collagen fibers behave very much like a sponge. When they're properly hydrated, they're flexible, resilient, and strong. When tissues are chronically dehydrated, which is extremely common after age 50, those fibers dry out, stiffen, and become brittle. I've seen patients taking collagen supplements religiously, yet their joints remain stiff, their skin fragile. Why? Because without hydration at the cellular level, collagen cannot function, no matter how much protein you consume. And dehydration rarely comes alone. It usually travels with something far more damaging: chronic, low-grade inflammation. This is not the inflammation you feel when you cut your finger. This is the silent kind, simmering in the background. Cytokines like IL-6 and TNF-alpha slowly activate enzymes called collagenase and MMPs. These enzymes literally chew through your collagen network day after day. I often explain it like this to my patients: it's not that your body stops making collagen, it's that your body is breaking it down faster than it can rebuild it. And inflammation speeds up that destruction dramatically. Now here's where many people get surprised. Collagen is not just about skin. Yes, wrinkles show up first, but they're only the surface signal. Collagen makes up the scaffolding of your blood vessels. It supports the lining of your gut. It stabilizes joints, tendons, and even metabolic organs like the liver. So when collagen declines, the entire system ages. That's why recovery slows. That's why circulation weakens. That's why digestion becomes more fragile. In medicine, we don't call this cosmetic aging. We call it systemic aging. And after age 50, hormones play a central role in this process. Estrogen, testosterone, growth hormone, thyroid hormones, all of them send signals to fibroblasts, the cells that manufacture collagen. As these hormones decline, fibroblasts don't die, they simply go quiet. I sometimes tell patients, your collagen factories didn't shut down, they went into energy-saving mode. Which brings us to something deeply underestimated: sleep. Between roughly 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., growth hormone secretion peaks. That hormone is one of the strongest natural stimulators of tissue repair and collagen synthesis. When sleep is shallow, fragmented, or delayed night after night, collagen production never gets the signal to fully turn on. I've had patients who improve their skin, joints, and energy without changing diet at all, simply by restoring deep, consistent sleep. No sleep, no rebuilding. Now let's talk about something that quietly hardens collagen from the inside: sugar. When blood sugar and insulin remain elevated, glucose binds to collagen fibers. This process is called glycation. The result is AGEs, advanced glycation end products. These make collagen yellow, stiff, and fragile, almost plastic-like. This is one of the fastest accelerators of aging I see in clinical practice. And it's not just desserts. It's frequent snacking, late-night eating, and insulin resistance. Your collagen doesn't just age, it becomes less elastic and more breakable. The good news? Your body still knows how to reverse this if you give it the right signals. One of the most powerful signals is mechanical load. Light resistance training, bands, body weight, gentle weights, activates growth factors like IGF-1 and TGF-beta. These are molecular messengers that tell fibroblasts, build, repair, strengthen. I've seen patients in their late 60s regain joint stability and skin tone, not because they exercise harder, but because they exercised smarter. And none of this works without energy. Collagen synthesis is one of the most ATP-intensive processes in the body. If mitochondria are sluggish from oxidative stress, fatty liver, or chronic inflammation, collagen production simply stalls. Think of fibroblasts as construction workers. If the power grid is unstable, they can't build, no matter how skilled they are. Which leads us to a system most people never connect to collagen, the gut. Nearly 70% of immune signaling, including regeneration signals, originates in the gut. When the gut lining is inflamed or leaky, inflammatory molecules suppress collagen gene expression. I often say this, you don't rebuild collagen in your skin first. You rebuild it in your gut environment. And finally, there are the invisible gaps, micronutrient deficiencies. Vitamin C, zinc, copper, magnesium, glycine, proline. Missing just one is enough to produce collagen that's weak, disorganized, and short-lived. So when people ask me, "Doctor, what's the secret to rebuilding collagen?" I answer honestly, there is no secret. There is only alignment. When hydration, inflammation, hormones, sleep, mitochondria, gut health, movement, and micronutrients come back into balance, collagen doesn't just improve. Your entire biological resilience returns with it. And that's exactly what we're building toward together. As we come to the end of this conversation, I want to leave you with one simple thought. Aging is not your enemy. Your body was designed to renew itself, even in your 50s, 60s, and beyond, as long as it receives the right signals. Collagen loss is not a failure of willpower. It's not because you didn't try hard enough. It's simply the result of biology drifting out of balance over time. And the encouraging part is this. When you restore hydration, calm inflammation, support hormones, protect sleep, fuel mitochondria, heal the gut, and provide the right nutrients, your body remembers how to rebuild. I've watched patients in their 60s regain joint strength, in their 70s recover faster than they thought possible, not by chasing youth, but by restoring their internal structure. If there's one thing I hope you take away today, it's this. True anti-aging is not about looking younger. It's about becoming less fragile. When your collagen framework is strong, your skin reflects it, your joints feel it, and your energy quietly returns. Now, if this conversation resonated with you, if you felt like I was speaking directly to your own experience, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me, what change have you noticed most as your body has aged? Your skin, your joints, your recovery, or your energy? If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a like. It helps this message reach others who may need it just as much. And if you know someone, a friend, a spouse, a parent, who's been feeling more fragile than they used to, share this video with them. Sometimes the right information at the right time can change a life. Finally, if you'd like more science-based, practical conversations like this about aging well, restoring metabolism, and strengthening your body from the inside out, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. I post new videos every week, all focused on helping you age with clarity, strength, and confidence, not fear. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of your body's foundation, and it will carry you well for many years to come. I'll see you in the next video.